y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Mrs. Finosa. I am a kinder teacher in Texas, and we are finishing up week 12 of school. It is currently Friday. It's about 8:45-ish. My kids are with their coaches outside. It's my planning time. We are like 3 months into school and I cannot believe it. Doesn't feel like it's been 3 months. We have one more week and then we'll have a whole week off for Thanksgiving break. And then when we come back for Thanksgiving break, we have 3 weeks and then it's winter break and then our first chunk of the year is over. It always flies by. This was a very busy week, so I'm just gonna check in with y'all and let y'all know some highlights for the week. So I will start off with Monday. If you watched last week's vlog, last Friday we had to start administering a GT test for our kinder students, and they completed 3 parts on Friday, and then on Monday they were supposed to complete 2 parts. We had like a whole 45-minute block for them to complete those 2 parts, and then we went to lunch, and then we were supposed to complete the other 2 parts on Tuesday, but our admin let us know that if we were able to finish day 2 and day 3, that was fine if we wanted to go ahead and just knock it out. So that is what I ended up doing. Honestly, mainly because I hate the testing. Like, it's so insane. I wish that there was a way for the teachers to pick what students should be tested for GT, for gifted and talented services. I did try to get my newcomers exempt because they are brand new. They had to do the test, and like I suspected, they were scribbling all over. They were bubbling all the answers, and it is what it is. So yeah, Monday was just not our regular day. We were just testing. And then on Tuesday, every other Tuesday, we have our PLC with our admin. So for this Tuesday, we were doing something completely new, and admin wanted us to plan ahead for next week. And next week we will be starting unit 5, which for us, it's about informational text. I plan for English language arts, Miss Mo plans for science, and then our other teammates, one plans for Spanish language arts, another one for bilingual teachers, their English language development block, and then we have another teacher for social studies and math. Did I mention math? We all divide up the different content areas and plan for those. So our admin wanted to see our whole week, fully done with our anchor charts, just everything ready to go. And we called it an at-bats, where we had to present, we just had to deliver the lesson in front of our teammates and provide feedback for each other. So we were all just a little bit nervous. We knew, it wasn't going to be horrible, but we were all just wanted to get it out the way. So it was good. I think Miss Mo did the best. Like, she just knocked it out of the park. She had everything, and they provided us with a checklist of everything that needs to be on our lesson plan, and it's a lot, y'all. So, and then I honestly didn't even finish till like Monday. Like, I finished Monday late at home. I did miss a couple things on my lesson plan, but overall my admin was happy with the lesson. So I can show you what slides I came up with if I have some time. Let me keep going on our week. That was really the highlight on Tuesday, and since we didn't do centers on Monday, the kids were mostly focused for center time on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, y'all, TMI, but like, I started my period, and at least I didn't get any cramps, but I felt insanely fatigued. Like, the kind of fatigued where you just want to lay on the floor and take a nap. So Wednesday was just like survival, and I was just so tired, and I think I would have left home early, just a couple of hours, but I ended up getting a new student, y'all. So then that brought my classroom count to 21. So I was just trying to stick it out because of the new student. And then yesterday, y'all, I got another student. So this is, yesterday's student makes for my 4th newcomer. So this is another Afghan baby. He actually walked in the morning, just walked right in, sat wherever he wanted, and one of my kids had stepped away from their table spot. So the new little boy sat down and started writing. But yeah, I had to find a spot for him. And yeah, 2 new students this week. That was a surprise. You never know when you're gonna get new students, and like I said, I was enjoying having 19 while it lasted. Having new students just really throws you off because everybody else knows the routine and you're just trying to get them on board with the routine. Yeah, so yesterday, I just got really thrown off with getting the new student. And on Wednesday too, guys, my kids were horrible during centers. Horrible. So we did not do centers yesterday. We did a lot of itsy bitsy spider activities. That's last week we did Humpty Dumpty, and so this week it was itsy bitsy spider. It was very similar worksheets to what I showed for Humpty Dumpty. And then on my to-do list for forever had been to organize my student data folders. I tried to get monthly writing samples that can go in their folder, and so I had them, but I just hadn't sorted them into their folders. And then I needed to label the new kids folders, and then I still had the folders from the 3 kids that withdrew from the class. And now today made it to Friday, and I honestly forgot to get my kids something for their Friday treat. I do have some popsicles, so maybe we'll just do popsicles at the end of the day. I have them like they're my emergency treats. This week was really exhausting. When I came back this morning from dropping them off with the coaches, I switched a couple of spots. I have my Chatterbox student, y'all. Like, I decided I'm just gonna set that student over here. This is gonna be their spot right here. So I already picked out a pencil box. As soon as I remove the student from, the other students, like, everybody else is so much calmer. I'm only gonna have one table of 5, which is gonna be table number 2. So I just switched a couple people around at that table, and then I put my new baby at table 5, and that person that I moved from table 5, I put him at table 3. So we will see how this new dynamic is. Next week we are going to start vowels, and I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna do for centers, y'all, because I'm just over the hands-on centers. Anytime that I have the hands-on manipulatives, the kids will focus for like 5 minutes, and then they'll start playing with the material. They'll start doing what they're not supposed to be doing. And Miss Mo and I actually talked about this, I think last week or last week. Yeah, we were both just kind of venting our frustration about that, how the kids just don't focus, and we just spend so many hours printing, cutting, and laminating, these great activities that they'll only do for 5 minutes. So I need to come up kind of with a checklist for myself on, or like workbook type of work, because I'm just gonna have to take away all of the manipulatives. I think I'm just going to use those activities when they come to my small group table, because they're just not handling it well. Probably going to make my own worksheets, my own little workbook for my lowest baby, where it's just gonna be super simple. They are just gonna have to match letters, like just something that they can absolutely do independently, and where they can remain focused, and they have to practice cutting skills. So I'm hoping to get that done this weekend. And just whenever I do, I'll show you what I came up with. My goal for today is to redo all of their line spots, because I haven't found line spots for the 3 new students. So I'm just gonna redo the whole thing, because now, there's so many kids that just butt heads all the time. So it's like you're constantly having to just keep certain kids away from each other. So I want to redo line spots, and I want to actually, we haven't even done the ice cream data tracker. That is way over here by the library. I have some little clips with numbers on them. So what I'm going to do is print out just an alphabetical list, and I'm gonna place it just right here under the kinder goals. So number 1, blah, 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 number 2. And that way I can remember who is what number, and so can they. They can come look at the list and find their number. I usually start them off by tracking their letters and letter sounds. If they've already mastered their letters, then they'll start tracking their letter sounds and high frequency words. If they've mastered their letter sounds, then they'll track their high frequency words and their DRA reading level. In this box is where I have all the clips. So I'm hoping to get that done today, get the ice cream tracker done, print out the list, and again, the line spots. And I do want to show y'all just my slides for next week. The nice thing about having to do the at-bats is at least we're already planned ahead now. So for next week, like I said, we're going to talk about informational text. And this anchor chart is part of the HMH curriculum that we have. So I used a snipping tool to copy the anchor chart onto my slide, and then I added real examples of types of books. And then this will be for the first day. The focus will be to ask and answer questions about a text using words like who, what, when, where, why. And this is just going to be some vocabulary. And then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we are really going to hone in on what text features are, and we're going to focus on table of contents, headings, index, and the glossary. And then we are going to be reading this book called Ants. These are also kind of like screenshots from the book where I listed the specific example, then add the diagram and labels. And then the kids are just going to have a checklist. Every time that we read an informational text, they will have this little checklist in their notebook. I think that's all I have time for right now, y'all. I have like 1 more minute and I need to go get my kids. Let me know how it's going with y'all. Are y'all ready for Thanksgiving break? How are your kiddos doing? That's all I want to share, y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed this short vlog. I will see you next week. Bye.